Before we start part 2 here of chapter 4, we want to take a minute and double check our code. So I'm just going to, when I go to File, Save As, I want to make sure that I have HTML at the end here of my document title. And I'm putting this in the desktop in a folder on my desktop with all of my files there. So here's the home web page, here's the bedroom web page, the banner, the code, and the vacancy web page. Everything's in one folder. Okay, so I'm going to test my code real quick before I move on, make sure everything's okay. And everything looks okay except for I noticed, oh, when I copied these, I copied the line there, and I really don't need that one there. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my code and delete that, and then we're going to move on. So go back. Okay. And to delete that, I'm just going to take out this line here, the width 1% and the line there. Okay. All right, now we are ready to move on, and what we're going to be doing is copying some code for our second web page. I'm on page 169 now, and they want us to copy and paste our HTML code to create the second page, new page. So I'm just gonna Control copy, File New. Control V, paste it on there. And then we need to change the name of this because the home page was the first one. So Statewide Realty. Okay, we're going to call this Statewide Realty and then Buy Complex. All right, we're going to leave our menu in here. Sorry, don't know why that's opening. Okay, so we're leaving the menu on here, and we are going to create a new table to put the apartment complex information in a chart as shown in figure 4-25 on page 171 of your textbook. Okay, we're going to go to the closing tag of the last table and before the body tag, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a break, so BR and then that backslash. This is one of those codes that doesn't have a start and end tag, and then we're going to tell it that we want to do a new table and we want it to have a border equal to 5 with a width equals 75% of the entire web page, and we're going to align center. Can't type. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to put in, for this first row, we want that to be, I believe, in blue, if we look back at that figure. So we need to put in our first table row, TR, and then we're going to do a BG color command equals, and the numbers 4B 5781. Okay. And then we're going to type in the three table headers. So we're going to have a TH command for table header, and we want to align this to the left, line equals left in quotes. And then we also need to tell the font color that we want here. So font color equals white. And we can use a size +1. It just means it's going to make the font one size larger than what was the rest of the text. Oops. Font size +1. And And then we want the title to say the text apartment complex. Okay, we need to end our font tag, and then we need to end our table heading tag. And then we are ready to do the next two lines. So take just a second and do that. Okay, so what I did here is I copied this first line and pasted it, and then I just changed apartment complex to address and phone number, and then make sure you end each table heading, and then end that first table row. So that first line of headings is actually a row in your table. Okay, so now we're ready to put in the row for Connor Ridge and their information. So we need to start a new table row. So start TR tag, and then we're going to start table data within that row. So do a start table data, go ahead and put the width equals, we're going to make this 45%, and the words are going to say Connor Ridge. End your table data. And we're going to go to the next line. We're going to do more table data with a width of 35%. I forgot my quotation marks. Width equals quotes 35%. It's just shorter because the text that I'm putting in there doesn't need to be quite as long, apparently. And the text is going to say Monroe Street. And then I'm going to end that table data. And then the last column will be the phone number. So we do one more table data. We're going to do a width equals 20%. So even smaller yet. 265 5533. And we're going to end our table data, and then end your table row. Okay, so once I have this first one done, I might as well copy and paste the formatting. So Control Copy, and then Control Paste, and then all I have to do here is change the information for each of the apartment complex. Okay, so once I had Connor Ridge done, all I did was copy and paste the code here for Connor Ridge. I copied it and pasted that 3 times, and I just went in and I replaced Connor Ridge with Eastwood, Blair, and Riverside, and then replaced the address and the phone numbers for each one. So just do a quick copy and paste there and update each apartment complex. Okay, so now that you've got your second page done, you definitely want to test everything. You're going to have to be really careful. Make sure you name everything correctly. Statewide is the home page, and so it needs to be named statewide. Complex is just complex, even though the link says by complex, you must name it complex. Same as bedrooms and vacancy. So then when I click on my home page, I can test my links. I can go to by complex, vacancy, and by bedroom, and I can make sure everything's working fine. For the next section, we're going to learn how to add cell spacing, which is the number of pixels between cells in a table, and cell padding, the number of pixels between the cell contents and its border. For this, we want to use the Statewide Realty by Complex webpage. Okay, so we're going to click on the line that has the table width. We want to be inside the empty prompt, and we want to add the words cell spacing, and we're going to do equals 2, and then we're going to add cell padding equals 5. And go ahead and save that. Okay, so now when I open up the complex table, you're going to see that it has both cell spacing and cell padding, that spacing between the table and the border and in between each one.